What's up, companions? So, this is Saturday now. I just finished editing my episode 1 reaction and put it up on YouTube. And when I went to record these episodes last night on Friday, between watching the first episode and the second episode, something happened that I noticed in the, news on the internet here in the United States that put me in a really, really shitty mood. Made me very, very angry. So, let's just say I was probably not in the best mood when I recorded this reaction. And the reason I'm doing the intro now is because I was in such a bad mood that I came back, recorded my intro, which was a furious political tirade that most of you are probably happy not to hear anyway. Though, God, you could probably use it. But I was so mad I did not check any of my audio stuff, and the mic was off. So I realized my issue right before I recorded the reaction and fixed it. So I do have sound for the reaction, thank goodness. At first I was scared I'd recorded the whole thing without a mic, and that would have really sucked. But I didn't. So here we are. I'm having to do the intro in retrospect, but like I said, most of you probably appreciate this one more than the one I would have done anyway. So, I will say, even though I know it's probably not a good idea, that I would like to speak to other people in the United States right now, and I would like to ask, when have the good guys ever come for your neighbors and black-bagged them and taken them off somewhere? When has that ever been the good guys? Ever. In any society, in any history. When has that ever been the good guys? That's it. That's my question for you. So, think about it, America. Anyhow, we're going to go ahead. You're going to watch my reaction from last night. And like I said, I was probably in a too poor of a mood to really do this, but I did it anyway, and I think it improved my mood a bit. And yeah, it is what it is. Also, I recognize that now that I'm doing the editing, or I've done the editing on the first one, I recognize the sound, the audio on the show recording is probably too low. This is just kind of a quiet show. At points, it's not a problem, but I know that in the quiet scenes, especially if they're dark lit, so that, my screen makes it so you can hardly see what's going on anyway, which, again, is just something I have to do. I don't know. The bigger YouTubers obviously know what they're doing better than I do, but this is the only way I can get things through. I recognize that during the quiet scenes, especially in these first 2 episodes, that sound's not loud enough. So for the 3rd episode, I'll make sure I go back to one of these first 2 episodes, and I'll get the sound levels correct for one of those quiet scenes, so that hopefully that shouldn't be a problem going forward. Otherwise, I hope you guys are enjoying the show as I am too. I've watched the first 2 episodes now, obviously, and I thought they were great. I think that episode 3 is, almost definitely going to be the best of the 3, and that's why they released all 3. But, I'll probably have to end up watching that tomorrow so I can go ahead and get this editing done. Otherwise, this is going to be Season 3, Episode 2. Let's do it. So this is Morgase, huh? She's beautiful. And that's Galad and Gowan Very Game of Thrones looking scene. Ooh, that's a cool throne.
Since Queen Morgellon's death, our nation has suffered the great uncertainty of a succession war, making enemies of friends, weakening our defenses. Many of you in this room were my rivals, and I yours. But that war is over now, because I won it. Swear yourselves to me, and nothing you have done will be held against you. My only goal now is to bring our great nation.
Is that House Pendalar with
into
the
a time of peace.
wings and the hammer? I'm trying to remember the houses by their sigils.
The fealty and soldiers of House Baron to your throne, Queen Morgase.
House Baron. Oh, it's House Baron.
Of your actions against
I don't
me
recognize
will
that one, but
forget.
it's probably just that I mispronounce it when I read it in my head.
I cannot see my daughter and our great nation suffer another succession war.
Very Game of Thrones.
Long live House Chakar and the Lion Throne of Anne.
That's
Long live the Queen.
well, choices were made. Maybe I'm just still being bitter, but I can't help but feel like that was kind of chasing Game of Thrones. The swan feather headpieces are definitely a choice. Yeah. So is this guy with her who I think it is?
Attend you all, you come before the Watcher of the Seals, the flame of Tarvalon, the Amalent Seed.
Oh. I'm gonna assume.
Lord Galad of House Trakand.
Dang. Galad's supposed to be like the sexiest man in the world.
Prince of the Sword. Lord, forgive me, Lord Gabriel, Prince Consort of the Queen.
That's Gabriel.
Lord Gabriel.
Oh.
Pleasure, as always.
That's not who I thought it was. I just thought they'd made him younger. I thought that was gonna be Gareth Bryn for a second.
Die of the Red.
Mother.
What a masterful casting for Elida. I mean, really. Interesting music. I like it. See that? They definitely they changed the waygates some too to make it a little more traditional like the books. And I appreciate that.
The way to travel and all that.
2 sets of tracks.
Oh guys, this is about to get
Man
awesome.
and a woman.
You being here.
Oh, don't you have floors to scrub?
It's good to see you too, idiot. Gabriel.
She knows Gabriel?
You look well. Even if they do make you wear that wretched sack.
What if it keeps getting worse?
We'll keep him under observation. But healing him, I won't lie to you, Wisdom. I fear we may as well be trying to bring him back from the dead.
Interesting phrasing.
I've barely spent any time here.
Oh no, you've done marvelously well. Swan tells me you're one of the most powerful novices she has. And to think of the awful ordeal you have survived, with no support from the tower. I would have thought that you would be as anxious to leave here as I am to have you return safely home.
I want to stay, Mother. I want to be an Aes Sedai.
Oh, love.
She does.
I wish I could give you all the things you want.
You've said yourself it would be a strategic advantage for I to be the first full Aes Sedai to hold the Lion Throne.
Daughter, no matter how things seem here, no matter what strategic advantages I have mused upon in the past, your first duty is to Andor. Your life cannot be put at risk. We've already had one close call.
Practicing the forms. All right, he's actually getting good. He's getting good.
Her mind is elsewhere, Sheepherder. We want to talk about it. Right.
I healed those bruises in Tavalon. I would have thought they were from the Forsaken attack, yet here they are. Fresh again. Are they from him?
No. I'm not here to help you control him, Moraine. I'm here to protect him.
So am I. But you're closest to him. You're the one who will see the first signs. And the more he channels, the more the madness will take him.
That is inescapable.
Almost.
Our Yield prophecies don't say the same?
The Karakarn shall spill out the blood of those who call themselves Aiel, as water on sand, and break them as dried twigs, yet the remnant of a remnant the Karakarn shall save, and they shall live. Our Karakarn is
Only very
creation
specific
and
people are supposed to know
destruction
this
wrapped in one.
prophecy, and at this point in time, it does not include her. So these are the mountains of mist, huh? Oh, look at that. There you go. Pretty much answered my question there.
And this is where Manetheren once stood. One of the greatest cities and armies the world has ever seen.
It was a long time ago. We're farmers and shepherds now.
If you say it. I've seen you dance the spears. But if you say it.
The Aiel accent is interesting. I've only traveled so much, but I have been to Sweden, and they almost sound Swedish. Oh. I'm so happy the women all have their hair braided. That just makes... Mwah. You did it right, alright? It's so easy. That's right, guys. There's white cloaks here.
I almost didn't know you with that beard. You look a proper man. I just had a letter from Igwe. She didn't tell me you were coming back here, much less with company.
I am Loyal, son of Arendt, son of Halan. Your name sings in my ears.
People should really be shitting their pants over him.
What's going on? Why the white cloaks here?
So much has changed while you've been away. It's not safe for you here, not anymore. You can't be out in the open. Come on, we'll get you inside the wine spring. There's an attic. You can stay the night with the others, and then we'll send you all on your way tomorrow.
Really seems like that should have been point one, but it's alright.
We thought it best for them to stay up here.
Like, if you got a friend who's an outlaw and you, like, see them on the street, the first thing you should tell them is that they're an outlaw.
Follow Woodlands.
Ooh.
In the two rivers. The wheel really does weave as it wills.
Whatever happened here recently, it was significant.
Is Suan losing support in the hall?
There's a real fear amongst the Cetas, which is uncommon. But we cannot underestimate the support she engenders. I made that mistake once before.
And anything more about what happened to Elaine? Who took her?
It seems the tower had a dark friend right under their noses.
Oh, okay. Here's Min.
I've been having Min pose as a servant here, putting her around as many important sisters as I can. Go on, child. Tell her.
I know what she's about to say.
Dead Aes Sedai. Dead warders here at the tower.
I thought you saw the future, not the past.
Exactly.
Clara, did you invite a friend? Very cheeky. Come in! The more the merrier.
The Andoran princes are here.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, cheeky indeed.
Put that thing away. You have to come see this.
I'm sorry, see what?
He's showing the Horn of Valir to novices? Okay! This is a lot of people's, like, favorite scene in the books. Yeah, I certainly love it. Though already the situation's kind of different. Well, significantly different, frankly, but...
Didn't think that you'd be in for this kind of thing, Nynaeve.
I think everyone is in for this kind of thing, man.
Whoa.
Who are these tossers?
My brothers.
So they're...
Gawain playing around like a
And they act like it.
circus actor.
Bastards. No offense, Elaine.
None taken. Coming from someone sleeping with an actual king.
Will you excuse me, please?
What does that have to do with us? You're to be my hound. Hunting down the Black Archer. No one would believe it of you. Not a pair of half-trained girls.
And why should we trust you?
That's exactly how I want you to think. Elaine will go through the arches tonight, and then Varen will find you tomorrow and give you all the information we have so far about Leandrin and her sisters. Then you can start your search.
Okay.
Started with the Trolloc attacks. A few months back.
Trollocs?
Nothing like bell time. Perrin, they say they're here for you.
For me?
He said you killed a man and farm. Jeffrey Bornhold.
What else did they say?
That you're a dark friend. What? Probably the eyes.
A load of codswallop.
If you asked the lion to protect you from the bear, you've only chosen to end up in one belly instead of another.
Oh, fuck me, yeah.
What about you two?
It's
the ways.
May I ask, what happened to your shoulder, Aes Sedai?
Trollocs.
Feel out there in the woods now.
No, I'm not leaving. Look, what the White Cloak said is true. I did kill Jeffrey Bornhold and farm. And if all this trouble is because they're looking for me, then there's a simple solution. I'll turn myself in.
Pour in the water.
Oh, wait. Are her dreams leaving bruises? Because if so, I think we know who's doing it.
rest of my life was going to be here in Kyrian. In this room.
Might have been a nice life.
Not big enough for you. Not by a mile.
Not big enough for you either.
I left the idea of comfort behind in the Two Rivers.
No, you didn't.
Rand's getting a little harder.
Come on. I remember a few.
Hang on.
What?
Question.
What?
Are we not saying phrasing anymore? Which, that's fine, whatever, but if we're doing a new thing and nobody told me, that I'd have a problem with.
Things we did in this room which were far more exciting than the sunrise.
Lanfear.
It's about that doe-eyed cow.
Don't.
Rena, wait!
You really think she'll love that?
No, please!
You shouldn't. I'll see you soon. Enjoy the sunrise.
No, please stop!
You do not belong here.
It's alright. It's alright.
If Rena was here now, I'd kill her again. I just wish she'd stayed dead.
So apparently he's staying next to the princess.
Coming! Clara, is that you? Hello.
Oh, light. Put a shirt on.
Me? What?
Seriously, can you close your robe? I can't look at that. Is that?
Yes! That is Galard. And that is gold.
See, I think I prefer my dungeon cell at this point.
I know you're upset with me for how things went the last time we saw each other, but...
Yes, you could say that I'm still a bit upset about how you sold me out to the Forsaken.
I'm trying to apologize.
And I don't hear
Fair.
you saying the word sorry.
I am, Matt.
I said that the Amelin seat wanted to see me, so should we just go?
Bring the horn.
You heard about that?
You're telling everybody in town, man. Of course she did. Mom's gonna catch you putting it on.
It suits you.
Gabriel,
No, not Mom.
Hi.
Gabriel.
I didn't hear you come in.
To the daughter heir of Andor.
The most popular prince consort in all the land.
Long may he reign.
Gabriel is the prince consort?
Where is everyone? I was hoping to find Mother.
Your mother would never tell you this herself, especially not here, but she's facing challenges at home. Your position as heir is, for the very first time since she ascended, vulnerable.
She hadn't told me any of this.
Oh, let's keep it between us. I know she'll tell you eventually, but I thought you deserved to know now.
Thank you for telling me.
Besides, you've left me alone with your ghastly brothers for too long. All they do is
Peter
train.
Baelish much? Anybody?
You need some sense returned.
Hornblower, if you prefer.
Proceed. Thank you.
They've really pumped up his grandiosity.
I understand, Watson, that you blew the Horn of Valir. That you summoned the greatest heroes from ages past to battle against the Forsaken.
Is she gonna send him through the arches?
Well, I can humbly confirm
Not-
that what you say
Not
is indeed
the girls' arches.
factually correct.
Phew. For anyone else, it's only a horn. So long as you live.
Thank you.
Sorry. Sorry. So long as I live.
If you die, then the ownership of the horn
Okay.
goes to the next person who blows it. So I'm sure you wouldn't want to tell anyone about being the horn.
There we go. There we go. Thank you.
Possession.
Thank you, Swan.
To anyone who might want to kill you and take it.
Okay. This is.
And I'm sure you would never use it as social capital for the novices of this very tower. Or do something as stupid as have your portrait painted posing with it.
I would never.
That's good. This is good. This is a good payoff to something that was obviously kind of bothering me.
Would you like to give the horn to me for safekeeping?
Yes.
Thank you. You know, you remind me of someone.
Oh. Thank you, Matt.
He was
Oh, this is a good quote.
No one could ever pin him down. He liked to gamble too, and he'd much rather have fun than go to work. He died pulling children from a burning house. He wouldn't stop going back in till the last one was out. Are you like him, Matt? Will you be there when the flames are high?
I'm no hero.
You're wrong, Matt.
So I do what I have to do, but I'm no hero.
Those we call heroes only did what they had to do.
I'm crying.
You can go.
This show definitely has underlined for me that Matt's storyline is my favorite.
The last daughter heir, who set off on her own, disappeared without trace and was never heard from again. There never was a Queen Tigraine.
And yet, Tigraine leaving is why you were able to ascend the throne.
That's totally
Pattern
just a
weaves in ways that
toss-off
we don't
fact. Don't
understand,
worry
but
about
what
it.
we do know is the last battle is coming. As terrifying as it was to be dragged half a world away to farm, I fought in a battle against a Forsaken. I healed the Dragon Reborn as he clung to life. And here too, there's work I must do. I mean to make Andor's most important alliance ironclad. I will go through the arches tonight. I will root out the shadow in this tower. And I will become the first Aes Sedai Queen. But I must earn it first. As you once did. I will be a better ruler for it. How did you get so wise? I must have learned from the best.
Morgase does really love her kids. They haven't mentioned it yet, but Galad is Elaine's, her oldest brother, is her half-brother from her mother's first marriage, technically. Or no, I mean her stepbrother from her father's first marriage. He's not technically Moraine's son, at least in the books. But she still treats him just like the other kids. Like, she's just as good a mom to him as she is to her own two children.
I'm dying of thirst. And there it is. It's so sweet. But it's poison too. It fills my stomach with filth. So bitter. But I don't care.
Uh-oh.
I just want to taste the sweetness.
I think I know what's about to happen.
You understand that?
Oh no, he controlled it.
If anything happens to Elaine, and I mean anything, the next time I come to these shining walls, I will have my army at my back. The tower has never tested itself against the full strength of Andor, and I don't think either of us wants to see what will happen if it does.
I assure you.
Yeah, that's not the way you talk to the Amerlin seat. No. I feel like the rulers in the books are a little more humble than the rulers in the show have been. There's the waste. So episode 1 is set up, episode 2 is travel, episode 3 is going to be conclusion of the first 3
Who did you tell we were coming here?
episode arc. Oh, it's not who he told. It's who Egwene met. Tell me that's Ruark. That's Ruark.
This is him.
He will come from the west, beyond the spine of the world.
Amyson Ruark.
Of the blood, but not raised by the blood. He will tie us together with bonds we cannot break. He will take us back home. And he will destroy us.
Not a bad spot. Not a bad spot to stop. Well, I feel like that episode cooked more than the first episode did. You know, there was that, there was cool stuff in the first episode, but I was more interested in what was happening in this episode, I think. I think I was more pulled in. God, I love all the Matt stuff. I can't help it. That's obviously hitting me in places. And that story Swan tells about her uncle is just like, that's as good as a man gets. You know? I don't think you can't expect a person to do the right thing all the time, because it gets exhausting. But if you can just expect or hope that a person's going to do the right thing when the chips are down, that's the best you can hope for from a realistic outlook of people. I mean, obviously this is fantasy, but I'm just saying, in real life, it's the same way. It's, like I love the Marvel movies, for example, but there's no Captain Americas in the world. Oh, that guy doesn't exist. But there's almost definitely some Uncle Juans and Matts, guys who just want to drink and have fun, but faced with a situation where they might need to endanger themselves to help other people, they do the right thing and they help the other people. It's just about doing the right thing. When you see other people in danger, you should do the right thing, even if it might put you in danger. I understand that that's scary, but it's just the right thing to do. Where are you going to be when the fire is high? Hopefully helping other people. That is, if you want to be any kind of hero. I guess some people don't want to be a hero. Boy. Yeah. I'm obviously still not exactly in the right headspace to be doing reaction content right now, but so far as, waiting until I'm in a better mood, I don't know that that's ever going to happen at this point. Let's see, is there any spoiler chat I want to do? Yes, actually there is. So, if you do not want to hear any spoilers, now would be the time to duck out. I promise I'll wait till tomorrow to watch the 3rd episode, so I'm hopefully in a better mood. But, I'll see y'all next time. Now, for those of you who have stuck around this long, wow, you must be bored. But Gabriel, again, if you haven't read the books, get out. Step out now. I'm about to blow some shit up that you don't want to know, especially with how it seems like the show is approaching this. But correct me if I'm wrong, but Gabriel is one of the Forsaken in disguise in the books. Well, I guess no. Did Rand release the Forsaken at the... That was the end of season 1? No, that was the end of season 2. It was the Dusty scene that I missed, right? That was... So that was like a month ago, right? Right? And Elaine had already left Camelin and gone to the tower and then gone to Falm. Like, that's where Elaine was when the Forsaken were released. So if Gabriel is Raven, which he is, if Gabriel is Raven, how does Elaine know him? In the books, when she hears about this Lord Gabriel who her mother's hanging out with, she's like, who the fuck's that? Right? So I just don't know how the showrunners think that timeline works out, because they're the ones who brought Elaine to Tarvalon and then brought her to Falm, and then all the Forsaken get released at Falm. So if he's one of the Forsaken, he got released like a month ago. So he's done all kinds of things to Morgase in the books, you know, compulsion and whatever, to make her believe and think the things he wants her to. So it would make sense if maybe he'd put memories in her head to explain to her why he's around. But there's no reason that Elaine... It almost seems like they've just replaced Lord Brine with Gabriel. But, like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, the timeline on that doesn't work. And, I like this show. It is what it is. But, like, that's just kind of a fuck up. Like, somebody storyboarded that wrong. Because, yeah, that doesn't... And so, either they've made Gabriel not the Forsaken, in which case, why not just make him Brine? Because Brine's an important character. So yeah, they're making out like Gabriel's been around like Elaine's whole life or something. Like, it's just strange. Or unless, I don't know, maybe they could have Raven kill the real Gabriel and replace him and do a mask of mirrors or whatever. I guess that's possible, but that's like so much more convoluted than it needs to be if they just did it the way it was in the books. Because in the books, when people start, you know, rioting and whatever against Morgase, Gabriel comes out of nowhere and starts leading the faction that's fighting for Morgase, and so that's how he gets on the inside. You know, he's pretending to be some minor lord. And then he's, you know, he takes over. He becomes her lover and whatever. But if he's the prince consort, that means he's married to her, first off. So he would need to be somebody pretty freaking important to be allowed to marry her at all. I mean, it just isn't a change that makes any sense to me. Because like I said, most of the time when there's a change in this show, I can pretty quickly come up with, like, at least reasons why I think they might have made that change. And this one has me stumped. Avienda and Elaine hooked up in the last episode, and I'm more stumped by this. Yeah, I'll get to editing. But I'm pumped. I am pumped to get these episodes up and get to talking to you guys about this show again, because it's one of the few little spots of joy in my life as things stand. So thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time.